welcome back. I am so glad to be here today, and I hope that the topic we have for today's discussion will be helpful and useful to you. So, welcome, guys. It's becoming harder to find time to do the live shows as I am away for a while, but we're still going to try to make it. So, welcome. I am having a little bit of time and more or less uh, more or less quiet evening now, at least. So I just want to welcome everybody. Let me add a little bit more light. Welcome everybody, wherever you, from whatever place you are watching. And I have a question and or more like a topic today that many guys had asked me through the years as I have been developing this channel. And the question is is it true that Russian, Ukrainian, Slavic women in general prefer uh, to be with the bad guys? There is this huge school of thought that teaches men how to manipulate women, how to do certain things. And a lot of men who had experience with Slavic culture, they believe and they are convinced that they are not lucky with Ukrainian or Russian Slavic women in general because they are not a bad guy. So, bad guy, quote unquote. And if only they would be a bad guy, they would be successful. So, I'm here today to debunk this myth with you together. We're gonna have a discussion and talk and share our thoughts, right? As we always do. When I do the live shows, I do not want it to be a monologue. So you guys are welcome to contribute and share your thoughts. Let's see, who do I have here? Hello, Leo. Hello, Jerry. Hi, and Jana. Hello, guys. So, I don't know if you ever had that frustration where you feel like it must be that you're the nice guy, she doesn't like you. Or, let's put it other ways, beautiful women, feminine women, Slavic women, women of any nationalities, I could even say, you feel that, they are attracted to bad guys and that's why you're not lucky. So I'm here to say that women, at least smart women, they are not attracted to the bad guys, so to speak. They are attracted to the men who are masculine and to the men who know what they're doing and can take a decision, can be very decisive and can take good decisions, take them with confidence and do it on time. And a lot of men mistaking that and thinking, oh yeah, they like those, bad guys, those guys who are irresponsible, those guys who using women and so on and so forth. But in fact, normal, adequate ladies, not only Slavic but all over the world, are naturally attracted to the polarity. And unlike the feminine, the masculine is very decisive and very exact at what they want. The problem with the nowadays society, especially with Western one, that it teaches men to be overly polite. So maybe to you it may look that some obnoxious guys are more successful, but the problem is on the other side. A lot of feminine influence is happening, especially in the Western culture. And there is nothing wrong with good manners, but very often I have been noticing that men are diminishing their masculinity and just in general their appearance, the ways they appear, but being excessively polite, which is, first of all, it's not even natural to you. So I do not ever recommend to be someone you're not. What do I mean by this? If you are your language is not very clean, you saying a lot of bad words, if your lady would hear you talking to your friends or just talking to somebody else but her, and she would hear you saying a lot of cuss words, a lot of inappropriate words, but when you with her, you're trying to be like, yes honey, oh sweetie, yes, and all of these things. First of all, you are being very inauthentic. Is it a word, inauthentic? Well, I hope you understand what I mean. You are not really showing up the way you are. You are watering yourself down, and you are talking to her as if like grandmother would talk to her. It is very unnatural, and that's why it is so unpleasant. It is so unpleasant when you are overly polite, especially that that's not how you really are. And smart women understand that in the beginning, you're gonna do your very best to progress. In the beginning, you're gonna do your very best to progress the relationship, to make an impression, right? So instead of being overly polite and apologize for your existence, when you say sorry every second, and I don't know if that's only American thing, but I would just say that it's extremely insecure. And I guess in America it's called polite. Again, when you are doing something, let's say you pass her and you accidentally like touch her shoulder, or you're doing something, you have some little things that you're doing and they not turn out perfectly, or you're standing in someone's way. When you say sorry 5 times in 1 minute, it doesn't, subconsciously it gives the woman that idea that you are very insecure, and you basically, I call it apologizing for your existence. It feels like you are apologizing for your existence because you are saying sorry all the time. Once again, correct me, maybe it's not just an American thing, but that's what I noticed. You pass, I'm currently in Ukraine. People would pass you, people would do things around you, they never apologize for walking next to you. And honestly, yes, it's different when somebody is pushing you, or somebody can't come in way too close to you for no good reason. But when somebody's just passing by, you don't have to say sorry for that. This is just an example. This is just an example. I do think that one of the major issues right now was them trying to blend in the genders together, and diminish the polarity between, kind of make us all one. I do think it's the major issue, and it really creates this more of a friendly vibes. Just there is no natural game between men and women. And I do understand that in Western society you have to be careful, what you say, how you look, how you approach somebody, because you can get into a lot of trouble. But on the other hand, I just want you to understand that it's not so much that beautiful women like bad guys, or guys who mistreat them, or beautiful women with adequate self-esteem. That's side note. It's not that. They just like men who are very polar with them, who can take a decision, who know what they want, who are not shy to be in their masculine role and lead and just make things happen. That's it. And a lot of times bad guys do have a lot of confidence because they have nothing to lose. A lot of times bad guys, quote unquote, they appear, you know, there are some attractive features about them because they are acting, they don't ask for permission to do things, they have nothing to lose. So that could be another aspect of it, yes. But you know, women with good self-esteem, they do not really want a guy who would disrespect them and, you know, do immoral things. Especially once again if they have adequate self-esteem. So we are talking today about these dynamics, and I hope that you guys can take a look and maybe recognize some of those red flags you have been you have been creating yourself, or maybe not red flags, but those things that are really unappealing to feminine women. In this case, we're talking about Slavic women, but it really applies to women from any countries. And despite of feminism, you know, women still react on still have natural reaction of attraction toward masculine men. So do not apologize when you're just walking next to someone, you know. Do not try to be overly polite. It also looks very fake, especially for us Slavic people. When you're overly polite, you know, when you're just butter, you making too many compliments, you being too much of a servant, you know, you just like I don't want to say too many inappropriate words. I'm in a family mode right now, but it appears very unnatural, you know, and especially, you know, there are some people that are very elegant. They will never allow themselves to say certain words, even to themselves. It's not like they are fake. And I generally admire people who are highly developed, highly educated. They are always very respectful towards others. They know they have great presence and they know how to treat people. And this is how they always are, whether they have somebody with them at the moment, or they're by themselves, they're with their close friend, or they're out in public. That is different. When you have a very particular, elegant, respectful way, and this is who you are, this is not unattractive. That is actually very rare, and I believe you stand out when you have certain standards that you never go below. You treat people with respect, once again, whether it's your family, your immediate family, or you're out in public. Unfortunately, very often on public, people treat each other great, but behind the scenes, you know, with those people that you should treat the best, you should love the most, sometimes it's not happening this way. And your closest people see the worst of you, which is, you know, which is something all of us need to work on, right? But coming back to my original point, I'm not trying to teach you, you know, how to be disrespectful, how to be, hey, Kevin, good to see you. I'm going to read your message in a second. By no meaning I'm teaching you how to be disrespectful, you know, how to be rude or say bad words, you know, or, you know, being just inappropriate. That's not it. What I would like to share with you is that, yes, like Kevin just mentioned in a comment, Slavic women and feminine women in general like a strong man. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be immoral or, you know, being a criminal or anything like this. Feminine women just like strong, decisive men. Men who can take a decision, who can make a decision, who knows, who is naturally a leader. that is just have that appearance that he can take care of things and make things happen. In Western culture, once again, women are trying to, especially the feminists, they're trying to emasculate men so much that it's considered okay for a guy to ask millions of questions before he take any decision. And this is just like, it is so disappointing. For example, if you are thinking about going out, or you're thinking about taking a trip, and you have a conversation with your woman, and you would think that you're doing something good when you offering her 10-15 different locations or places to eat, but the only thing that she sees in you is that you are weak and you don't know what you want and you cannot take a goddamn decision. That is her thought process. Once again, you are thinking you're being a gentleman, you're giving her choices, you are, being thoughtful, but what she sees that you do not know what you want and you want her to take decisions for you. So I just want to tell you that sometimes when you want to be, with somebody different, with somebody special, you have to get to that level and, increase your level of confidence. I have, a lot of younger men who are watching my channel as well now. So sometimes you just have to go against what feminists taught you. We don't like, we like men when they are themselves, when they are being themselves and not trying to look at themselves with our eyes and feminize and be more feminine. It's not working out this way. It's not working very well that way at all. And a lot of books and a lot of posts and a lot of this culture is created by women with very feminist dominating personalities, and that advice is not working with women who want to have a leader in their life. Even if they are very strong, I'm not trying to tell that they are not. They will never, women who are strong in their spirit, they will never be bragging about it. And no matter how strong they are, they want you to be stronger. They want you to be stronger to the point that they would pretend that they cannot do something, even if they perfectly can do it, just because they want you to take a decision. They want to have reasons to respect you. They want to have reasons to follow you. They want to take, when you have like a heavy jacket, heavy weight on your shoulder, they want to take that off when they're around you, even though they're perfectly capable of taking care of things. So that does not mean that feminine women, Slavic women want a bad guy. They're not attracted to a doormat, to a guy that's trying to be so, like trying to do all these things, and it's not even their true personality. I want you guys to pay attention. As I said, you don't want to play or be somebody that you are not. And in my daily life and interactions with people, it's just, I don't know why it always happens in my head, but I always, you can always tell that the person is trying to make you like them. This is not how they are. You know that if you would have overhear their conversation, and sometimes it happens, how the way they talk with their friends, the way they talk with everybody else, you would see the real personality, and it won't be the ones they're trying to show you. Guys, as ladies, we can see that. Don't call us names that our grandma would call us. You did not earn the grandma status. It's always give us a cringe. We always cringe inside when you call us sweet names that our grandma would call us. You need to earn the status when you can call cute names somebody that, especially somebody that you just met, right? So we appreciate masculinity in men, and with feminine women you don't have to suppress it. We don't believe in toxic masculinity. We believe that true masculinity is actually very healthy, and it's inspire us to be more relaxed and more feminine. That's all I want to share in this first part. Thank you guys so much. Please share your thoughts. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Hello, Jeanette. Thank you. I'm glad the message resonates. Hey, Lawrence. Good to see you. Hello, somebody that I could not read your name, but it says, hello, good topic. Some men need a reality check. Yes. Well, don't let some other guys, take, don't just let the beautiful woman that you truly want get away. That's the whole point of this video. She does not want you to be a jerk and do some immoral things or be mean to her or be nasty to her. What she wants is she wants you to have a plan and have a decision, and being able to lead her, and being able to just express yourself in such way that she can read your intentions. You don't have to talk about your intentions. You can express yourself the way that she will know what your intentions are. Yes, I like that, Kevin. Kevin is saying men not only like, but women do not only like, but they need a strong, direct, masculine man. Without dynamic, it will never last. Yes, without polarity, without dynamic, it never lasts. It never lasts because, polarity makes things incredible. It makes things truly delicious, truly, it just works. There is plus and minus, and it just works. Some men may think that Ukrainian men or any other Middle Eastern men are very confident, and they are maybe even arrogant, but I think you have to have the courage to approach that woman that you truly want. You have to have the courage to talk about, to show your intentions. You have to have the courage. You have to have the confidence. I was a couple of days ago, I was out with a few friends of mine, and we were out in a beautiful downtown Kiev, where I am right now, in one of the cafes. We have so many great places, to enjoy the night in the town. So we were just, overlooking the Lva Tolstova Square in this beautiful cafe. And I was sitting, I had, company. We were just enjoying a conversation. And there was a guy there that, I mean, at the next table, and he just would not give up. I knew he wanted to come and say hi. I knew he wanted to introduce himself, and I couldn't help myself but be the part of this experiment, not on purpose but because it was just happening. And guys, I'm doing this work, so I need to be on top of things. So long story short, I had a lot of appreciation how things are still done here. If the man wants to talk to you, he doesn't know, you're married, not married, engaged in a relationship. He doesn't know anything about you. But if he really wants to talk with you, even if you have other people next to you, he will find a way to introduce himself, and he will go for the chance, even if the chances of that are very low. In American culture, they teaching men so much in Western culture to doubt themselves and all of these things. That's kind of like teaching a hunter, be very careful and to not get wet, and to not get hurt when they're hunting. Yeah, sometimes you're not gonna bring very much home, and sometimes you're gonna be cold and scared and hurt. But it's a process. You can't you have to have the courage, and you have to be okay to risk. um, a lot of men assuming when they see the woman that attracts them that she has somebody. When a lot of men, when they see the woman they are extremely attracted to, she has probably plenty of admirers, so maybe she's married already, or maybe she's this in a relationship. Oh, it's useless. But they never ask. This is the why some women go for the bad guys, so to speak, because those guys have nothing to lose. They will approach you, and they are okay with if you say no, right? So it's just very interesting, being in a big city and still feeling the dynamics, that a little bit of, I would say, almost brutality, but very direct intentions. I honestly wanted to give a medal of courage sometimes. And for me, I think that observing those things helping us to do better, right? Women are very much attracted to men that feel confident, have their confident place in the society. For example, when you walking in into an establishment, and the way you walk in is the way as a man you interact with with the people there, maybe with staff there. It's a subconscious thing, but the women notice how confident you are when you are doing those things, when you're talking to other people, not just when you're making moves toward her, but how do you behave, how confident you feel in your own skin, in your world, and how you interact. Because somewhere subconsciously she imagined if she would be with you, she would be protected, she would feel very comfortable, she would feel that you got this. And it's very scary to be with a man who doesn't know what he's doing. It is very unsettling and very icky and unpleasant to be with a man who is not sure what in the world he's doing. When he's apologizing again every 5 seconds, I probably need to make a short to say stop apologizing. And correct me, maybe it's not only an American thing, but I feel it seems to be an American thing to apologize every 5 seconds. So no, beautiful, smart, confident, beautiful women who are feminine, they do not necessarily like bad men, men who sleep around, or men who are unfaithful, or men who are liars, or men who do not know how to behave, how to treat a lady. No, they just want a guy who can make decisions, makes them on time, do not doubt themselves, know what they want, lead, and just sometimes put their foot down. A lot of guys want to impress women with making everything for them what they want. But when you go overboard, you desire, how some people are trying to serve you, they are serving you too much. Even imagine you're going to a restaurant and somebody not just trying to give you a good service, but they're just serving you too much. I don't know how do I express this. It's just very unnatural when somebody is just ready to crawl out of their skin to please you and they don't even know you. It can feel very unnatural. You just feel something ain't right there. You just know, how they say, before they cut the pig, before before they cut the pig, they feed the pig really well, um, talking about agriculture. So Ukrainian women would be very smart women in general would be very concerned when you literally crawling out of your skin, try to impress them. They understand that you trying to impress them this way, but this is not even who you are. It's really interesting. I always have this bell ringing in my head when I experience this, when once in a while you do meet people who you connect, but it's usually mutual. Sometimes you meet people and you connect with them so easily and on such a deep level that you just take off together. But when it's one-sided and the other person is trying to, well, we have some very inappropriate ways to this is, some children under 18 may be watching this, so when people just trying to get under your skin, it's just not right. When you are trying too hard, okay, I'll put this as more elegant phrase than the one I want to use. When you're trying too hard, there is a big suspicion right there. So remember that. Especially when you are new. That is different when you know somebody for a long time, but especially when you are new. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Elizabeth, thank you. Thank you for the generous super chat. I appreciate that. And Elizabeth is saying, thank you. She says, some pounds to feed my favorite little man, some more new foods. Yes, he's been really enjoying himself. Can't stay just now, but hopefully watch later or catch you elsewhere. Yes, actually, I'm gonna be posting some behind the scenes stuff on Patreon. Some silly stuff that we've been doing, and also, on some of my other social media pages, and of course here on YouTube. So thank you. And those videos that I make private for whatever reason, you can always find them in about, I don't know, 72 hours or so. You can find them on my Patreon account. So thank you. I'll get him a treat, man. I do not want to get too much from the topic, but I know he would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elizabeth. Join back when you can. You're supposed to be able to join me. I'm now going, it's a little bit late at night, but it's still European time, right? I mean, it's almost 12 a.m. So hopefully I won't stay for too long. But my dear friends, is getting a bit difficult because, you know, when I'm with my family, I'm not on my phone. So something that I was teaching you here on the channel, when I'm with my family, I can snap a picture or make a short video, but it's really important to be present. And that is another thing, talking about confidence. A lot of you guys, when you try to approach a lady, you're trying to look busy, like you're on your phone, and that is literally the worst thing that you can do. If you want to approach somebody, if you want to make connection, and you're just so nervous and you grab your phone, that just makes you appear like, first of all, like everybody else, but secondly, you missing out. And everybody understands that the insecurity behind it. Just have the courage to put your phone in the bag and be present, right? Anyway, again, thank you, Elizabeth. I don't know if you're still here or not. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Yes, team, we are currently here on Eastern European time, which is getting a little bit late. But uninterested, yes, you do look uninterested when you're on your phone, but you also look like you're hiding, and you give the insecure vibe, because when you're secure, you're not gonna be, if I would be talking on this video with you guys, like I'm mostly on my phone, like, oh hi, yeah, and it's like, we all have our moments, we all have our sensitive moments, and we all need a break sometimes, right? But when you want to establish that connection, don't be afraid to look silly, and don't be afraid to get no for an answer. I think the most successful people in life, they don't afraid sometimes to ask a stupid question or appear a little weird, especially for a guy. You're gonna get no. And one thing, by the way, about the bad guys, quote unquote, that they're not afraid to look like an idiot. They feel like they have nothing to lose. So that's something that good guys, so to speak, can learn, right? Life in general takes a lot of courage, and when we have that courage, we get rewarded. I have been having many confirmations of this in the last 2 weeks, that when you have the courage and you doing things, you get rewarded. Sooner or later you will. Hey Bill, Elizabeth saying, oh, no, do Elizabeth, do your lesson. If you are working on something, be focused. You can join later. I wish I could not go out, but go live more often. But I wanted to go out. We went to this beautiful place. It would be so much fun to go live there. But, you know, my dear friends, sometimes you have to have time just with your friends and be able to have those heart-to-heart conversations. And I love the energy of this city. Absolutely inspiring. Well, you know, Lawrence, when you plan things and see them for their past experiences, kind of apply those scenarios, how can you ever have something different? How can you ever have something different if you already have, if you already have certain experiences, you know how they may go, and it's like you haven't even started something and you're already thinking about how badly it's gonna end. I was talking to a very beautiful and talented friend of mine some time ago, and she said, well, and she's getting married and things are going well, and she's like, well, I do realize, I can, she was just really nervous, and she said, like, in a worst scenario, I'm gonna get a divorce, right? Like, what in the world? Like, it's just that anxiety, nervousness, vulnerability. But first of all, you have to visualize some better things, right? We have to visualize the things that we want, not the things we don't want. And not afraid to make a mistake, because even if you're coming back to our original topic today, a lot of guys, some men, they appear so insecure because they cannot make a decision, because sometimes they feel too much responsibility and fear of making a mistake if they take a decision that their woman won't approve. But it's better to take timely decision, even if it's not perfect or incorrect, than be indecisive and going back and forth, back and forth. She is more likely to forgive you for making a mistake, but trying to do everything on time, than taking forever, being in a doubt, making her doubt everything, and probably still making a mistake. So I think, making peace with understanding that not everything you're gonna do is going to be perfect. But it's about not only taking decision, but taking decision on time. As we say in Ukraine, as I'm visiting, you need a spoon while you have a dinner, right? You need a spoon while you have a dinner. Team is saying, I plan for the worst. In America, the divorce rate is over 50%. I'll pass on marriage. Well, it means that at least 50% of the other side is successful. Sometimes you're afraid to open a channel, open a business, go study something you want, because what if you fail? But what if you fly? This is, just think about this. And I do believe in this. People regret not the things they have done that much, but things they had not done. And that is so true. The more I live, the more I learn that you truly do regret things you hadn't done over those things that you done, even if they're not perfect or you regretted them. The pain of regret is forever. You can learn things from mistakes, and usually you learn a lot, and mistakes are turning into great experiences. But regrets are forever. Things that you could have, should have, would have. You have to live with the pain of regret for your entire life. And when it comes to, marriage and relationships, that's a very personal choice. There is one thing when you know you were not made for those things, but there is another thing when you truly want it, but you listen to different outlets and let them rule your life. At this point, we have to make our own statistics, because if you look at statistics, none of the statistics look good. You can beat any numbers and statistics when you go for the things you want. And here I come again in my masculine mode, but that is okay. You can beat the odds. When you have a very raw, very strong desire, you can I always say, make your own statistics. It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a special kind of person to make your own statistics. But that's what we do over here. At least I hope that some of you would try. Because once again, let's put an example with travel, for example. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. There are gonna be people that will always try to talk you out of things. But in the end of life, in the end of the day, have they done those things? Those people that always give you negative advice, those people that always had bad experiences, have they achieved what you want? And why do you talk with those people for whom things never work out? I'm gonna give the travel example, not even the relationship example. When you tell somebody that you're gonna be traveling, they're like, oh my God, why would you go there? Ooh, that's dangerous. Oh, there is nothing to see. Have you been there? Well, no, but I watched it on TV. Oh, yeah. You will never hear the person that is adventurous, the person that's taking risks and living the lives they want to live. You're never gonna hear from them the words of discouragement, but you're gonna hear a lot of words of discouragement for those people who either never tried or things did not work out for them. You know how many people could have missed out on the best relationships in their life if they would stop, just because they had some setbacks? I have some people that I know in person that have awful setbacks in the department of relationships, but they just knew that they wanted, and they achieved an incredible life despite of statistics, going through challenges, learning, and being able, first of all, to put their own life together, before they met each other. But I always look at them and think, what if they would have given up? And you can literally apply this to any area of your life. You always have an option to give up. It's always there. It's not running away from you. It will be always there. So, giving up is not an option. It just, you can always stop if you wanted to. But it's much more exciting and much more rewarding and fulfilling to actually go for those things. Don't let someone else's fear and someone else's inability to affect your life. Why do we ask for a perspective from people who were not able to create something? And sometimes you're not able to create something that you want from the first try, second try, and even third try, and even fourth try. Sometimes it takes a while, but if that's your core desire, uh, that is important to work on it. If that's truly your core desire. And by no meaning I'm trying to encourage anybody to chase somebody. The thing is, when you truly take care of yourself, of your internal needs, when you uh, speak to yourself face to face what you want, where this is all going, where you want to be, you find a lot of answers. And the more answers you find and the more real you becoming with yourself, the less you need to chase things. You can create things or build things, but you don't need to chase things at all. There is no chasing. Somebody, you guys, I appreciate your sense of humor. Giving up is the easy way out, and you know what? This option is always with you, right, Jeanette? This option is not going anywhere. Oh, I like this. Hello, Kevin. Don't miss out on the love of your life because of your past mistakes. The right woman will take you places in life you never thought possible. Exactly. I mean, what is the point to keep living your past? I could never understand that. If you always compare what you have with things you have in the past and how they did not work out, what is the point of that? If you evolve to the next level, you don't have to worry about the previous level. You know, if you're in a fifth grade, you don't have to worry about mistakes in the second grade. You already graduated. You evolved to a higher level. So you don't have to reprogram yourself back and keep saying words like, oh, well, this is always, it's never works for me. It's always this way, you know? You are your own programmer, right? Western man approaching me acting like a feminine woman is an alien. Right away, I can feel he's insecure. Well, I tell you what, the feminine woman is becoming an alien. And that's why so many men take a risk to approach you, even though they don't know whether you're in a relationship, not engaged, married, they don't know. They still want to approach you when you stand out. So I would say feminine women is kind of a unicorn nowadays, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he is insecure. It's just he just may be smitten by certain things, you know. Men have their weaknesses too. You know, there is a difference between the men who cannot take a decision and being very way too soft and way too polite, and the men that just tried or, you know, have spotted his cup of tea. You can be very confident and still show to a woman that she blew your socks away. C'est la vie. No one owes you anything, but live life to the fullest. Like someone go, you like someone, go for them. Yeah. Yes, you know, fear of rejection, that's a whole another video, but yes, I agree. Yes, we don't like anything soft over here. Oh my God, I need to stop laughing. Yes, it's very true, and I do understand. And I think one of Selavi, I agree with you. So Selavi said maybe many men nowadays are afraid to approach because they are afraid of being accused of sexual harassment. That is why I'm making these videos, because of this whole feminist movement and all these rules. A lot of men just um, also, being raised by, feminist, um, mentors and teachers. It definitely does not help. Plus, knowing that, you can say one thing wrong, and certain things will happen, but you're not always at work, you are not always in that environment. And you also, a lot of men who watch my channel are traveling, and they explore in different countries and cultures. Ukraine in a way, lets you be feel like a man again. Women like here when you helps them out, when you open the doors. They appreciate these things. you know it's not considered sexual harassment if somebody offered, somebody did some, opened the door for me, or bought me a drink I didn't ask for. It doesn't mean that it's sexual harassment. A lot of men here, they don't, not even necessarily would ask you for your number. They just want to do something for you. And same as, with Middle Eastern men, with Middle Eastern culture as well, I would say, especially, they just want to have that experience. They even may know you're married or you're in relationships. They're not trying to necessarily to get with you, but they want to have that pleasure of doing something for you. Maybe help you with a heavy bag, or open the door, or order you a drink you didn't order. You sit down and like, oh, there are some extra dishes, or there are some extra drinks, like I didn't order that. And they will tell you, oh yeah, you didn't order that, but it's from the chef. When you have that feminine presence, it just brings some men alive, and they just want to do something. And the most beautiful things is they don't expect anything in return, not even necessarily your contact, or they even may know that you're not available, but they still want to do. They just inspired to do those things. It makes them feel a certain way. Most people do things not because someone needs those things, but because they feel like doing them, right? Just 1 second, guys. Um, okay, some questions here on my Cash App. So if you guys, if so I'm keeping all my original appointments. I'm not taking too many requests in right now, guys, for just a side note. But if you need my help, you can still reach out to me to consultveronica@gmail.com. If it's urgent, I can help. I'm just answering. And also, David, if it's urgent, I will help you for, all your support. And thank you so much for the Cash App. He says, thank you so much for finding time. Yes, it is actually sometimes more difficult. But thank you so much. Yes. If you have any requests, you can still reach out, and I will see what I can do. Some people enjoy giving. It gives them pleasure to see women happy. I would just say, it's not only men. And a lot of people do enjoy giving, and because that is the biggest joy. That is the biggest joy when you give. Have you noticed that? Especially as you get more mature, and you kind of get over the me phase, you realize how awesome it feels to just make things for others. Your generosity feels, you don't even know that you're being generous when you see somebody's reaction, when you see people lit up, you know, when you do certain things for people you don't even know. um, it's, you feel their joy, so you feel joy through their reaction, and that's all you ever need. So I totally agree, some people just enjoy doing things for others, and that's it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat, supporting me here on live while I'm in Ukraine. That's special. Thank you for doing that. Thank you so much. And Bill is saying thank you for always thinking about your subscribers. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and you are welcome. I will try to do as much as I can. The only thing I cannot go the only rules I cannot break is the rules I'm teaching you guys, that it's important to have intimate time, private time, family time, because it recharges us, and then you can find time to do the videos, right? So maybe I will learn how to do pre-recorded videos again. So when I cannot go live and I'm at some beautiful places, I can do some clips and share them later. But regardless, thank you so much. Appreciate the support. It feels especially rewarding. I don't know why, when I'm not at home. I don't know. Well, I'm at home, second home or first home. It's hard to say, right? Not at my usual place. Thank you. Jeanette is saying, yes, I enjoy the lights in their eyes, knowing that someone will have an easier time with dinner or something like that. Yes. You know, we're really giving for ourselves. If people would only understand that you give for yourself, right? You think you giving things to other people, but you really doing it for you. And so if you don't want to do it, do not do it, so you won't regret it. Selavi says, I wonder what dating will be like for my son in 10 years. I'm in the West, but born and raised in Czech Republic. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. I hope that not all dynamics will be messed up, and we still have feminine and masculine. I'm pretty sure, but things are changing. But it's in our power to choose what we are willing to change and what we want to keep. And by the way, I so much would love to see, you know, some other Eastern European countries close to Ukraine, such as Czech Republic and, you know, Slovenia, Slovakia. And also I would like to see Budapest in Hungary. Things are a little bit still a little tough, you know, with the regulations and such, but hopefully we can do a lot more soon. And yes, it's gonna be exciting to see what's gonna be happening in 10 years. 10 years gonna feel more like 30 years, because things are changing rapidly. So that's gonna be interesting. Yes, Lawrence, a lot of cultures such as Asian, Middle Eastern, Hispanic, Slavic are have similarities just because they are traditional, yes, or more traditional. Thank you for the kind words, guys. No one likes to feel like they're walking on eggshells. Yes. Kevin, did I lose you? I know you were here in the beginning. You were writing some interesting things. Oh my God, yes. Jeanette is saying, I tell people all the time, you don't go into marriage ever thinking about divorce. Exactly. I mean, oh my goodness. You know, when you plan for the worst, when you expect the worst, you realize you're creating that worst. That worst is following you because it can align with your mindset. You know, it aligns with you, you know. It's like you programming, you self-programming yourself. You know, nobody guaranteed, you know, the most happiest people and happiest couples that you see right now, you know, tomorrow they may find out they are separating forever, but at least they are enjoying the now. So if you're always preparing and thinking about the worst, you know, if you always think, okay, all my friends, you know, betraying me, all this, all men cheat, all women are this. It's like, okay, you know, life is like a big book catalog with experiences. You choose yours. Hey Kevin, could you write the things you were share on this topic from a Slavic women perspective? Because I know they were in the very beginning of the chat, and I cannot access it anymore. Yes, the only moment we have is now. And by the way, I appreciate you guys to be in this moment when you can be doing anything else. In this moment, in this everlasting moment of now here with me on this conversation. Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe you were writing something about, I know you're at work, okay, so I believe you were writing something about that, you know, Slavic women definitely appreciate men's masculinity. That is so true. And say that again. I forgot what I was saying. Oh. So guys, let's wrap it up a little bit. It's been over an hour, and this video that I was making today, a lot of guys who didn't have much success in Ukrainian dating and dating in general sometimes reach out to me and tell me, you know, I'm just too nice of a guy. That's the reason why, you know, Ukrainian women must love bad guys because I'm doing this, I'm doing that, nothing works. First of all, you may be with a woman that was not interested in you to begin with. Side note. And secondly, Slavic, feminine, beautiful women like men who can take a decision, who can make their mind, make that decision on time, know what they want, being able to plan, being able to take those risks, have the courage to do certain things. In Western culture, they teach men how to doubt themselves, how to ask millions of questions, how to apologize all the time, being super polite, being fake polite, which is the worst. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand, the further you are from your real personality when you're meeting somebody, is the bigger disappointment is going to be. If you want to improve yourself, you can gradually improve yourself, but the bigger gap in between who you truly are and the person you're trying to portray, the bigger disappointment she will have. So all that politeness, especially fake politeness, fake let me serve you, is not going to help. Is actually going to work against you. Ukrainian women basically want you to take decision for them. And it's not because they are weak, it's not because they cannot take a decision, it's that they want to feel that strength from you. And women who are in their feminine are getting very tired and depleted by taking responsibilities and taking decisions every single day. So they are more likely to accept or be okay with certain decisions you make, even if they're not perfect for them. But the fact that you made it fast, and you act out on things will be crucial for them when they are choosing a partner. That you act fast. If she is in need of something, you don't ask 500 questions. You find the best way how to solve things, how to support, how to do this is that. You take decision, you make your mind, and you take action on it. She is more likely to approve of what you've done, even if she would choose something else, choose something different, but because you take the initiative, you did this. If she is smart, she will overlook the imperfections of things, but she will definitely appreciate that you have taken a decision and you did it fast, you didn't doubt yourself, and you get the job done. So it's not about the bad guys, the mean guys, the cheating guys. It's about the men who know what they want, who know how to lead, and who know what they're doing in life. Women feel a lot more relaxed with this kind of men, especially women who are feminine. They're unicorns. Jeanette is saying, I thought I had a man who was good. What do you mean, Jeanette? Don't be good, be great. Yes, definitely in a Western society. I mean, just how to say it in a nice way. Um, I would say it's very emasculating. There is another way to say it, but I will be a lady, and I would say it's very emasculating. Yes, and I do not have any appreciation for it. Right? We don't need that. Thanks so much for sharing, guys. Unfortunately, thank you so much for those of you who pushed the join button and joined the membership. So your comments are stand out here in the live chat. Unfortunately, I cannot add videos for the members as I'm on the go. But once I get back to my regular routine, I will be able to add videos to membership as well. I don't know why, but the mobile does not allow to do that yet. It will be very easy to make, and as we develop in the membership, I hope you will have patience, but you can also enjoy you standing that your messages stand out in the chat. And yes, a lot of my longer videos and some others videos and request videos and maybe private lives are going to be in the membership area and also on my Patreon. There are women with a very low self-esteem and also struggles who do like to be hurt and mistreated, being with men who disrespect them. But these women who need help, we're talking about normal, healthy women who want to create meaningful relationships, families, and so on and so forth. So no, we don't like bad guys. We don't like guys who are lost in life, guys, men who are not faithful, men who are into drugs or alcohol, men who you cannot trust. No, no, no. We just want confidence, leadership, strengths, decision making, and all of these good things. And that does not make you a bad guy. That makes you a very desirable guy. Man on a mission, I would say. Yes, yesterday videos will be on Patreon, Elizabeth. Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, I will post it tomorrow morning. You missed it? Oh, all right. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, happy birthday to your dad. I'm so glad you were out and hopefully enjoying yourself. That's wonderful. Yeah, so the real bad boy is no, it's not really a bad boy. It's like it's what they call an alpha. Women are subconsciously attracted to leadership, to men who can lead. That's why a lot of men who can lead, who can make things happen, they have that charisma. They're not particularly always attractive, or they're not always physically that attractive, but because of the charisma, of their strength, of the way they walk, of the way they talk, the woman gets into very feminine submissive mode, and she's just craving that. That's just how things work. When they work naturally, when you're not trying to force them. Because all this feminist emasculating of men, it's a very forced culture, it's a culture of trying to control certain things that come naturally. Yeah. Vernon Ocean, I don't think I've ever seen you commenting before. Welcome if you are new. And Vernon is saying Western feminists have worked diligently for over 50 years to convince men that women didn't need them. Now we believe them. Don't. This is not the truth. It's absolutely not the truth. Some people say, now that, oh, don't say like that you need a man, say you want a man. But I mean, we all taking break from relationships at different stages in life, but the truth and reality of it that we naturally need each other. It's actually a physical and emotional need, and there is nothing wrong with that, you know? And people who neglect those needs, they either go to drugs or to overeating or to, I don't know, gossiping. I don't know. It's just a natural way of things. And why would you? It's like it's to stay the same. Or you don't need the sun. You don't need the daylight. Okay, you can probably survive in the electric light, but you do need the daylight. You do need to feel the sun on your skin, right? You do need to breathe the fresh air. It's just only natural. Even though we can survive without each other right now, it doesn't mean that we don't need each other. That is not true at all. And everybody knows this. You know, everybody knows this, but trying to act in a weird way. Yes, there are people that do not want to be with somebody every day. There are people that men and women who do not want to have a constant partner. Some people want to be together like only certain times. There are many variations of how people interact in their relationships, but it's very hard for women to be without masculine presence, and so it is just as hard for men to be without feminine presence. It's just natural. It's like I don't even know how to why should I ever explain this? So, dear Vernon, do not believe feminists. They are absolutely wrong on that one. Yes. Oh, Elizabeth, I like this. Elizabeth is saying, don't believe us. Women change their minds often. Be confident and prove to us how much we need you. I think it happens naturally. I really think we don't necessarily need to prove. It's like prove that the flower needs sun and rain to grow. You can prove it, or you can just observe. You're welcome. Yes, and gentlemen, the last thing I would like to say that this channel is not about playing games, pretending to be somebody else, trying to impress somebody. It's just I just want to encourage people to step into their highest self. I feel like most of us have so much potential, so much things that we offer, and we never really use them. It's like you living in a beautiful house in a beautiful place, and you only staying in your basement or in your kitchen, so you never really enjoy all of your living rooms and balconies and views. And a lot of us, I mean most of us, do not open up our full potential or even close. I forgot which book I was reading, but it was sharing how people only use such a minimal percentage of their full potential in life. And so I just want to inspire people to be more confident and helping men to understand women better. And I understand it can be very confusing sometimes, because even in our Slavic culture, women say one thing, but they really mean another. And I don't understand how confusing that could be. You know, sometimes people ask me what I do for a living, and I say that I'm an interpreter because I do interpret. I try to make difficult things a little bit more easy and easier. And when I share things with you on this channel, I have many videos when I share, you know, with you guys, women's thought process, why they do certain things, how to ignore the BS and focus on more important, how to be more successful, you know, how to spot uh, the good women over the one that pretends to be. So like all these things we're doing on this channel, and it's not a game channel, it's not a channel of manipulation, it's just channel of understanding things better. And especially if you are in multicultural relationship, in international relationship, it's um, can be confusing, but it shouldn't be, because after all we are all looking for one thing. We want to be understood, we want to be acknowledged, and we want to be loved. So it's pretty much the same all across the globe. So I hope this channel is helping you, and if you have questions, ideas for the videos, please let me know under the video, or you can send me a DM on actually you can send me a DM on Instagram. uh, my name there is Veronica_Olsen. You can send me an email. You can request a video via Cash App, and you can also comment below. So, my dear friends, I hope you enjoyed this live chat. This evening is getting really late here, so I'm feeling like I am falling asleep. We had a very intense day today, and it's gonna be even more intense tomorrow and after tomorrow. But it's always my privilege to connect with you, and I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will see you very soon. Thank you.